Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are here going to be taking care of a few things. We will be building out some yard infrastructure today and then trying to turn around and get our first coal delivered out to the ironworks is going to be our goal. We have brought in some coal to the coal tower here, so we got that going. But we do need to do a little bit of housekeeping around the yard here. We're starting to get cars kind of laying all over, no real rhyme or reason to some of it. So we're just gonna clean it all up, change around a few things, and see how all that goes. All right, so I think we're gonna start. We're gonna get rid of that, rid of this. We are gonna get rid of that as well. All right, then we're gonna come back this way. There's a three-way switch. That's not what we want. We want one like that. Perfect ish. Yeah. Is that hooked up? That looks weird, but it should be hooked up because it's the same. So we're just gonna go with it. For now, then we need a switch left. We're going to put a holding track down this direction, I think, if we can get away with it. Looks like we actually, because that is bowing. Let's just see real quick how this goes. It actually is okay. If we're straight, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Alright, we'll stick this in. Can we go down? Do we want to go down? That's the kicker. Probably, because then we'll roll something like that. And we will throw an end on here quick. Bam. That should take care of that. Slam that down just fine. Groovy. I don't think we're gonna put a ton of holding. We just want to be able to, if we pull in a stack this way and we just want to get rid of it quick, we want somewhere to throw that. So that's kind of the thinking there. I guess we could turn around and put in one more. It would give us a place for a loco, but yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. We're here. We might as well do it. A little bit of extra holding isn't going to hurt. And then we'll come out, do pretty much the same there. Run this out, then we'll drop it down half a degree. Bring that back just a little bit from the other one. We're going to want to be short, something like that. And then see if this drops in the way we want it to. Looks just fine. Everything should be clear. Although actually, I don't. Ooh. It's kind of close for right out to the bump, but we should be alright there. No big deal. And then we will get rid of that. And we'll close that off. Whoops. There we go, getting button happy today, a little bit. There we go, finishes that off, cool. Now we have a little bit of backtrack, holding, and then we will come down to this side. We are gonna want to go this way. Drop that in. Which should give us a decent connection there. I don't know why those look so separate. Are they looking the same way on this end? Yeah, they are. Okay, it's just a switch. Good to go. Shouldn't be a problem. We're going to want to go right switch, but we want the stand on the left. We'll drop in one. Probably two. Three. Yeah, we'll do three. 3 on this side. That's going to be all of our yard holding around here for all intents and purposes. Yeah, cool with that. I think we'll bring them. Boy, we could make them really super long, or we could leave them short. If we go something like, yeah, we'll do something on this one. We'll do something like that. Bring it down a little bit. There we go. That'll be just a short one. And we'll do how do we want to do this? Do we want to do 2? Or do we just want to do, you know what? Let's just bring it. Building on the fly, nothing like it. No master plan. We don't really need a lot more holding, so you know what we'll do that. We'll go. Oh, that means that one's flat. Or not flat. That means we gotta get rid of that one. Not flat. Sad part is I considered that when I laid it and was like, no, it would have just gone straight. But not. It was still from the incline. That we want down. Alright. Do something like that. This. Head off. You know what? This, we're gonna fly. This, now we want to fly. So airborne. We don't need to break anything up here. Now we need track. Yeah, how do we want to do this? Because we could go. If we kind of follow that curve, just for looks purposes, it had nothing to do with where we actually need to be, but if we kind of follow that curve, just for look there, and then we try to bring it around. We want to turn around and get in a decent turnaround here. Alright, try to get this straight. And I suppose we should maybe put in some garages or something too, some barns, some sheds, something like that. Alright, now let's try to bring this around. The question is, what do we want to bring it around at? What can we get away with? Is really the question. Let's just see what happens if we go 50 all the way. We get too high up in the air, so we gotta curve some. Or we gotta change elevation, incline. Up and down, not a big to do. That's not horrible. That's if we just go 50 all the way. Alright, then we'll bring that back down flat. Let's see, somewhere in here. Can we get a straightaway? We should be able to get a straightaway, right? Jeez. Not in love with it. Yeah, the angle that we're gonna get. I almost think we need to curve. We need to curve more still. Didn't need to actually drop out of that, but I don't think we can go straight yet. Let's go faster. We were at 50. Oops. Alright, we don't want to change any of that, but we are going to curve a little bit more. There we go. A little more ground to work with. Grab a hold of that. Let's go back. See if we get in our little bit of a straight piece just to get the transition. Cool. And now we should be able to get slung over. And now the idea is, do we want to go to that one or that one? So we'll try both probably and see what happens. That is going to be clear of the dock. If that would allow us to pull this one out and put a barn or whatever else we would want to put in the middle. So I think, of course, then we don't need this one to go down. If we connect to this one, if we connect to this one's dead. If we run this one out, we can turn around and put a shed in there. A little bit of up and down here is not really going to be that big a deal, so I think we'll just keep it like that. And then come in here, get rid of this. Alright, that takes care of that. That way, any train we're bringing down this way, we can turn around on this end, which that's convenient. We do have some trees, some house cleaning here we'll have to do. Get rid of that. Try to get moving here. This stuff's all going to get blown out, I'm sure, as we go along. Probably fill in. I think we'll open up the trees here in the middle. For some reason I like to keep the yards inside of track. So this gives us a nice place to actually, or not yards, but like, say, train holding. Engine holding, engine house. So we'll put that inside of this when we get there. As we do have a couple of locomotives, probably pick up a few more on this save file yet. Would be nice. Though to get to those big locos, you definitely have to run a lot of loads, so that's more train running and less building. Or more decorating, one of the two. Yeah, that gives us plenty of room in there. There's still a veritable forest inside of our ring there, so we have plenty of room to put in. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick. Props, are they in here? No. Where's our roundhouse gonna be? In props. Where is the roundhouse? Alright, so I passed it. No, it's gotta be around here somewhere. Facilities, wouldn't it be in here? What the heck? Freight depot, wheat farm, blah blah. Blah blah blah. How am I missing? Where is the roundhouse? It's not in the telegraph booth. No, I don't want to Woodruff. They have to be somewhere. Where is the engine house? Water tower. Platform. Rocks, bullet. You gotta be kidding me. What? Waiting shit. I know they're in here somewhere. We just gotta find it. That's unbelievable. They're not in the props. They're not in the rails. I know I've seen them somewhere. Where are they? Now I gotta find them. Sheds, probably, right? Sheds. Yeah, okay. Sheds. That's horrible. Looking for the 4-inch stuff. Whoa. Okay. That's gonna take up a lot more space in here than I thought. That's okay, though. It's gonna fit. That's all we needed. How do we want that rail to run in there, though? That rail is gonna run in something like that. So this thing is gonna have to sit something like this. The thing is, we have about 100 million trees that we have to take out. We don't actually have to stick it that far back. We could stick it closer like this and then do something with rail endings off of there. Or if we can do, just put it down. Oops. And then turn around and cut all the trees out. Alright, let me go down. Alright, I'm going down the manual way. See if we can actually get all the trees out of here. If it's gonna let us. We're still flying and I just landed. Yeah, flying. Crazy. Whatever. Let's get all of them. Hopefully it'll let us get all of them. Don't cut down the pillars so we keep a roof. Don't go too insane. We need to keep a roof on the building. Alright, get rid of that. Are you gone? You're gone. Okay, that takes care of the inside. Would be kind of nice if they just turned around and, you know, you put down a building and everything deleted around it or in it. There we go. I think we got that one. We could leave those. It's not actually, I don't think we're gonna though. Just kind of messes up the look maybe. Maybe you like them, maybe you don't. If you can keep some trees in the groundwork, I don't know how everybody feels about that one. I myself, I guess I tend to try to get them out of there. I think we'll just get rid of that because it's close. We'll keep you for now. You'll probably go and you'll go. Oh, hey, hello, tree. We'll just get rid of these last few out front. Bam. Did you go away? You're gonna go away. If you didn't already. Alright. Those we'll keep. That's kind of cool. Frames it. We'll probably get rid of them because we'll end up more than likely putting some holding track or something like that on the outside. Alright, let's land. What's your deal? Just gonna say open up, bruh. Alright. Now, let's see if we can actually get a turntable in here, if we can find a turntable. Can't believe sheds, right? Yeah, so it is under facilities, and then I'm looking for a picture of the forced all-around house. That's why engine sheds says it right there. It's not even just sheds. That's just me. My bad. Haven't put in a shed in a long time since we had them. I'll just, there we go, you know. To be honest, have not put in a shed in a long time. Alright. There's another one. Turntables. Something else I don't put a lot in. When we first got the shed, put them in. Haven't used them a lot since. So there's that. We were getting a link. There we go. Snap 2. Boy, that's a pretty high elevation change. Pretty quick. Well, let's see. Nope, we want to go the other way a little bit. Let's see. Can we get this to work with us on it? Yes, we certainly can. Something like that. I think we'll just bump it a little more. There we go. Grab, boom, boom. Probably generally have to go with groundwork too. I don't think one's gonna hook. Yes, too high. This thing for some reason starts awfully high. And then we'll see. Let's just get a rough idea what kind of grade we're looking at. Alright, nothing too crazy, especially just for an engine going up into the house. You know, at this point, it's not like you're pulling a loaded train up in here. You're just kind of going to drop your engine, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem climbing a little bit of a grade there. That's going to take care of that. Done deal. We got water right there. We can add whatever else we want to add, obviously, here in the middle. As far as like sand houses, I'm sure we'll go with a much bigger water tower probably in here. Yeah, I mean, for sure. We're going to just plop a big water tower in the middle. Find that quick. Water towers. This is the one spot where we want the big one. Where is it? There it is. This thing just very large, leads itself nicely towards the main water tower in your yard, or at least that's my take on it. Everybody want to do something a little different there. Good enough. Will work. Awesome. Now we can get our other two locos in here and off, so that's going to give us holding turnaround. Now we need a turnaround on this end, so hopefully we can pull that off in here. This one will jump up nice and high. Like, where do we want to start this thing? Let's see what we definitely want to go more than one at a time. Alright, 50 is what we did on the other end, so if we keep it, can we keep it is the question. Let's just see what we get, you know? We'll go straight up. We won't mess with anything first. We'll just see what we get. No point making it complicated if it doesn't have to be. That will be our go-to on this one. Okay, where does that bring us back? So, something like that. That'll work. So far, anyway. Right here. Let's bring this back. Let's just go somewhere in there for now. And then I think we'll come down. We have to have a break right after the right after the dock landing. Alright, this we're gonna want straight. Whoa, went all the way over. Make sure that we don't have any elevation change. Get clear of the depot. Cool. Go in and grab a switch. We're going to want to go left. I think we'll keep the stand on that side as well. No, we won't. We're going to put the stand on that side. Groovy. And then how do we want this to actually be? You know what? want it to be straight for a second. So we will go through the headache of putting that in there. Alright, we want that. We do not have a lot of room to go straight, but we want it. Definitely want it to be straight for a second. So let's just do that. Get me down. Then we'll get rid of that. Oh, did not want to land. Hey, give me the, what? Give me the track. I assure you that's more me than the game. I'm just on a happy fingers move today. Alright, there. Then we get the look we're going for. And then this, we should just be able to auto snap. Thankfully. And then we'll come in here. Get rid of you. You. And you. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 here. Just to get there. Alright, that's all good. Then we don't need that. We need that. And we should probably reattach this rail to wherever it came from. Which should be somewhere way back here. There. Gone. Now you are encroaching on the railroad. And you know what that means. See ya. Do not bother the railroad. Oh, how many trees are there? It's popcorn. Popcorn trees. Alright. They just keep coming. You. Few more of these to get rid of, and we are in business, I think, for the most part. A little bit of a yard update there. Quite a bit of a yard update, actually. I mean, we went from really basic holding to now we probably have some functioning use in there. We can start bringing in things. We don't have a lot left around the railroad, but we do have the other 2 locomotives, random cars here or there that we can definitely pick up now if we want to bring those in, although some of them are staying where they are because it's just handier to spot drop the industries and fill them that way, so we're not getting rid of those. We're just going to leave those there for sure. Which, come to that, actually, we are going to do just a little bit more of that. Alright, so that should take care of the yard. So we have 2 turnarounds from either direction. If we're coming in that way, we can always spin around that way, and if we are coming in that way, we can drop cars, or we can turn around, obviously, on the loop that way. We also have holding here on these 3 tracks if we're going that way. So plenty to drop, turn around, do all that. We can now hold all of our locomotives. We'll have a home. We'll have to bring those in, get that going. I don't know how much more. I guess we could turn around and just bring in the... Yeah, we'll just turn around, maybe go grab the locos, get that in, call it a yard build there. I mean, that probably took about as long as keep it going. I guess our goal is going to be to try to get some coal moved today, but I don't know that that necessarily is going to happen with as long as the build took. So we will kind of get some bird eye view here quick as we run over some of the railroad. These can't usually drop on... Oh, you can. What you can do, right, is drop them in here. You can drop them on the turntables though. So we'll grab that one. We'll grab this one more. Then we have the side hoppers up, the side dump hoppers up at the mine, iron mine, which those we're going to leave there. I don't think we're going to do anything with that. The log car, I don't think we're going to do anything with that. We might as well leave that there. So we can just turn around. We just drop down a log camp there when we need it. Same thing with the cordwood, I guess, down at the smelter. Might as well just leave that there for now too. Okay. Gotcha. Where are you at? Come on. There you are. Splendid. Drop right there. And those are ready to be put away. Never like being moved that far. Here we are going to do... Yeah, real quick, I guess we'll mess around with that at a different time. Yeah, I think we're going to probably call it there. Actually, I think we'll get rid of you. Is that one? No, that's good. We're clear. So, yeah, I mean, there's our yard build anyway for the railroad. I think we'll try to get the coal moving on the next one. I don't want to get it too long. Plus, it'll just bury it on the back end of the actual coal build out. Although, yeah, we're on coal on the next one. So there we go. Yard build out for Pine Valley. What is it? The Pine Valley 2025 layout. You know, there you go. Yard is put in. So with that, we're going to call it a win. Say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.